Welcome. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us for an amazing episode, a special episode.
Special.
Building character. This is the Starfinder edition.
Yeah.
Which hasn't hit the shelves yet.
No,
right?
It's next week, right?
Next week, yeah, at Gen Con.
I mean, if you're special and ordered it and got the special edition,
right?
Yeah, wasn't it like society members or something got the PDFs already?
I don't know if that's what it was. Was that what it was?
I think that's
it
what
it. That. If you guys already have your PDF and
follow along,
tell us how you got that. What was the thing?
But yeah, so special editions and PDFs.
We've already been told we don't have enough dice on the table. I will change that for next time.
So yeah, we can.
You guys can't see up to the bottom of the table. This room's full of dice.
Yeah, like
there's no more room for dice.
It's pretty great.
I'm your host, Rick, here at the Game Trade Media Studios, Comic Wow Studios here in Timonium, Maryland. We've got some special guests today. Special as in like we see him all the time. He's always out here. He never leaves. He's basically furniture.
So they don't have a
Kurt.
Special.
Yeah.
And then we have Tommy Sinbazo, who a lot of you might recognize if you listen to the Laughfinder podcast.
Read it right off the shirt.
Yeah. And he is a local comedian here in the Baltimore, Maryland area. And you won like Best of Baltimore.
I've won Funniest Comic in Baltimore in 2014. I just won the Comedy Kumite in DC, which is their contest and everything.
Did you have to get a letter and you had to go down a dark alley and
and they had to like dip your fists
in glass?
Yeah, in glass.
Torches around the stage. I mean, great.
There was a guy who had a ponytail with an arrowhead on it.
So good.
The Kumite.
But I did lie to my boss and say I was at a doctor's appointment, so you're going to need to check my prostate before we leave.
So
I was in the military for 20 years as a corpsman, as a medic.
And it's your hobby.
Oh, man.
And that was what I would do.
Well,
they come in with a lower back pain, and I didn't care what it was.
And they leave with an even lower back pain.
I don't know.
Well, that was a joke, and now I'm regretting saying it.
All right, so Starfinder. Some of the things that you might see in front of us here are we got a couple things that may not be on everybody's table at home right now. So we've got the character sheets, we got the core rule book, we got two of those. So here's one for you to peruse as well. Yes. We've also got the GM screen. So this is what the GM screen is going to look like. It's really nice, and as all GM screens, it's going to have a lot of cool details on the inside.
Oh, I don't know how cool it is. More useful than cool.
And cool.
It's pretty hot.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen cool things like words before.
Greetings, Barry.
So yes, no, I mean the book is beautiful. I mean, if you're a fan of Paizo, their books are big and hefty and full of information and excellent artwork. The artwork in this is fantastic. It's and like you said, so I don't know who knows what about Pathfinder and or Starfinder. So Rick, if you want to kind of give them a heads up as to what's different with this,
there's a lot.
I don't mean like logistics. I meant like story and stuff, like that kind of thing.
So the story is it's thousands of years in the future in the same Pathfinder arena,
still in the universe,
in the same universe. However, Galarian, however it's pronounced, the planet in which Pathfinder exists, is gone.
When you mean gone, as in it was once there, and it's just
no longer there.
Okay, so it didn't like brrr, it didn't Alderaan.
We don't know. That's just it. Don't know yet. And I think that might be one of the story paths or adventure paths they're going to follow.
Okay.
Is where'd the planet go? In its place, however, is Absalon Station.
Okay.
A very large space station that houses many of the denizens that you might have seen on Galarian and others around the universe now.
Sure.
And which is kind of cool because the very first adventure path is called Incident at Absalon Station.
Nice.
And that's what these characters that we're going to be building in this scenario are going to. We are going to play this. We're going to be running campaigns through this with these two characters and a couple others that we built later on. So yes, we have Absalon Station, and then for those of you that got a little bit of a taste, and those of you that may not have,
that's the
Free RPG Day. If you went to Free RPG Day at your local game store, they should have had a copy of Starfinder First Contact.
At least a few copies.
A few copies available. And in here, this is actually a great introduction. It shows you some of the planets.
Oh, it shows you the whole solar system.
The solar system in which you're currently playing. And this is not, you're not limited to this, obviously, now.
No,
which is awesome. So you got the planets. It has introductions. You know, hey, everybody, welcome to Starfinder. Kind of gives you some details on that. Some great.
Nice.
The artwork is amazing. Talks about what's different. So the ability scores. Starfinder monsters don't have ability scores like player characters do. Their ability scores are described in terms of the ability score modifier familiar to the thing. So there's that difference. Armor class. Starfinder monsters and characters now have 2 armor classes. Energy armor class, or EAC, and kinetic armor class. Correct. Yep. Weapons that deal energy damage, such as laser pistols, target the EAC, while weapons that deal physical, like he just showed us, long swords, fists, claws, bites, hit the KAC, the kinetic. Feats. In the stat blocks in this book, feats are listed only if they're things a monster can do. Because in this, there's some monsters.
Yeah.
That's what was really good about picking this up before this came out, because the actual monster guide, or
it is not released.
The annex, I can't remember what they're calling.
I don't
Codex.
know. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it won't be out until October. So these are going to give you some fresh start monsters to your game.
But don't despair, because they do give you insight as to how to take monsters from the Pathfinder monster manuals and convert them for Starfinder.
Absolutely.
Which I'm super excited for, because I'm sure, like zombies, and there's so many cool things.
Space
that you can
zombies.
take. Who doesn't want space
you
zombies?
throw space in front of anything, and right
they
there.
exist.
I want to find the most ridiculous ones in there. Just
They
make
have,
them space.
I think it's in this book, they actually have some space in the First Contact.
a space purple worm.
Well, they do have this thing called the Necrovites, which can be played as a PC.
Creep.
Which almost every monster or creature can be played as a PC as well.
Okay.
Which is really cool. That's
awesome.
another huge difference.
Yeah.
So when that codex comes out, yes, thank you very much, Ian. The Alien Anthology.
Okay.
And it's going to have just a plethora of monsters in it, and every single one of them, from what everybody tells me, are playable, except for a couple.
I don't know if anything's playable.
Because Jason Keeley, who was one of the ones that was key to making this game, we did have an opportunity to sit down and play the Space Battle.
You told me
demo
about that.
at Gamma this year. He said that there is a couple that are just ridiculous that you just can't play.
Sure.
One of them is like this. It's called like a solar whale or something like that, or a galactic whale, and it's literally as big as planets. And then you're not gonna,
So you can play a space beholder?
A space, an eye tyrant of some sort. Yeah.
I think it all depends on the GM. If one person, everybody's playing heroes, one's like, I'm gonna play a dragon. Probably not. I think everything comes back to the GM and not being like, I'm gonna allow everything, just do whatever you want. That never happens in any game. So I think it all comes to having a conversation. We all want to be, that'd be freaking ridiculous.
I had a GM that said, you can play whatever you want, just know that I have a way to kill it.
Well, yeah, I mean.
And he would murder all my characters.
And they as well they should. I mean, that's the GM's job, right? So a couple other products that are going to be at Gen Con and will be available soon are the playmats. You have a Starfield playmat, generic Starfield one, and then a generic terrain, which has like silver, metallic,
Well, I see it says flip mat. I think it's both.
Yeah,
right.
Well,
so
you have one on one side is one, and
all,
on the other side is the desert, sandy, and then.
So what's the tune for this? Is it just
all hex?
like a nebula kind of thing?
Yeah, you have like a nebula side,
and then just
a
space,
a blank space.
Gnarly.
Yeah, so they look really good, and they're relatively large.
Here's
Actually,
the boring one, right? What's on that one?
Yeah,
that's the one that's less attractive.
Okay, and then this.
This is very pretty.
I mean, I prefer just generic stars most of the time. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you don't want to fly your ship into one.
But let me tell you what, that's a much bigger map than I was expecting.
Yeah, they're very large. So another great add-on. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about before we get into the actual building of the characters, which I know you guys are super excited about, is the core rulebook Pawn Collection. All right, so the Pawn Collection, much like all the other bestiaries and the Pawn Collections that Pathfinder and Paizo have put out, this one right here is basically small and smaller creatures. So you're going to get almost all of the pawns in here are player character types. So you have the augmented Sokis, the Soki bounty hunter.
Again, I think the animal things, you probably won't be able to play the animals. Like the
Soki?
No, like the just the pure things that have an intelligence of 1. I think
Yeah,
those things you won't be able to play. Right, you're not gonna play.
Cybernetic rat swarm.
Yours enhanced intelligence.
Yeah.
Yours.
That's my character.
But it basically these have tokens for or pawns for all of the different classes that are currently available in the core rulebook.
Phenomenal.
And starships.
Oh, the ships are in there as well.
Yeah, it has a bunch of different starships and versions of starships that you can use.
So cool.
So while we get this started, I'm going to open this up. And
Maybe.
Actually, grab me one of the black and white player character sheets, please, so that I can follow along with you guys as we do this.
And you can follow along at home too if you have this stuff.
All right. So, in the top thing, it's going to say character name. That's a big thing. or character race. Let's pick that first. These guys have already decided what they're going to play as far as their character race goes, sort of. So which races are you guys choosing? And then they're going to help us with building your character.
What are you going to be?
I was thinking of playing, I believe that was called the Vesk, the big boys.
Big lizards?
Yeah, where is that thing?
Good note there. Kenny mentions that Sirenscape will have a Starfinder sound packs coming really soon. I actually believe that they have some stuff that they have a sci-fi version already, and you can actually hear some of those sci-fi sound effects really soon.
Sci-fi.
Just download the app, and there's a few that come free, and then buy the other sound effects. Oh yeah. So there's some of the tokens there.
These look amazing.
Yes.
So I'm gonna.
So this is my dude. This is what I'm thinking about doing right here.
Yeah, look at those.
Oh, they even taste good.
Yeah, they look great, and they're double-sided as all the pawns have been in the past. So they're very cool.
So this is what I'm looking for. Is
all right, so you're going to play the Vesk mercenary.
And a little heavy,
soldier.
just a heavy gunner. Yeah,
Heavy
I was
gunner.
looking for a soldier, and I think what I want to kind of specialize in is something big.
Okay.
So, but we'll get into character creation and how that kind of plays out, and how
Yeah,
you
absolutely,
make those
please.
choices and whatever. But that's the concept that I'm kind of going with is what I think. If you guys decide that that's stupid and you want to change it up, I'm going to leave it in your hands because I don't care. I'm not really invested that much because it's all cool to me.
Scott McDonald's like space sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads.
Can you imagine? Dude, I would play that in a heartbeat.
It's gonna happen. That's gonna be like a creature that's gonna be attacking your ship. You're gonna dump your garbage, and that's basically space chum. And the DM's gonna be like, oh, by the way, you've attracted a small.
No, they'd be robot sharks.
You'll hear a dubstep version of "Dum Dum Wow," "Dum Dum Wow," and then they
I'd
come
watch
in.
it.
And here they come. That's gonna be freaking awesome. So Starfinder. It's really cool. In the very beginning of the book, if you open up to character creation, it actually has a step-by-step.
Yeah, and much
flow.
like Pathfinder has, it's a very easy kind of follow along.
Android Technomancer.
Android Technomancer.
Technomancer.
Okay.
So yeah, if
Or
you
just
have the
put it on the
PDF or you have the book, page 14 is the character creation steps. It's pretty simplistic. You go through them, and if you're familiar at all with Pathfinder, it's almost identical to creation and stuff of that nature.
It is. So we now have seen what they're interested in. A Vesk soldier, heavy gunner for Kurt, a android technomancer for Tommy. And
What's a
I'm just-
technomancer?
Space wizard.
A space wizard. But different,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
A little different
Yeah, 'cause
because
they can-
magic is different.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Magic.
space
Apparently, the gods aren't. They're either not there, or they're not listening anymore.
Okay.
So there's no clerics. They have mystics, and there's no schools of magic anymore.
Right.
All magic is just magic.
It's just there. It's just there.
But it's also kind of like
I like how this is one.
Technomancer is, they use gadgets that can perform the magical abilities that you might be familiar with from Pathfinder, but now Starfinder is using technology to create the same effects.
And they
like
can
it.
hack. They can hack like technology. Yeah, you can hack
Okay.
computers. Like I wanted to make a Technomancer based off Arthur Fonzarelli from Happy Days.
Who doesn't?
And he can just hack stuff by and
so
like
good.
elbow it.
Right?
Yeah,
That'd be
be
freaking cool.
You better get some natural 19s going here.
All right, so here's the thing,
Oh,
too.
charisma.
Bam.
When it comes to, because everybody likes the ability score process here in this game, and all games, right? So we're going to have to roll for our ability scores.
Well, we need dice.
Correct. There's a few in the front
only
here.
there were a few dice.
Grab your D6s
Where?
as you might need them.
Oh,
but
sixes.
the
Oh,
thing
okay.
is, too, is you can also do what's called a point buy system. And inside the book, there is a chart that shows you all your stats would start at 10, and then you point by. You're given a set amount of points. I think it's, 84 points total?
84.
And yeah, because from a 10 to 11 might be 1 point, but an 11 to 12
yeah.
is 4. Or
Yeah.
Well, I
whatever.
thought we played high fantasy on, and I thought it was just 25 points.
Let's take a look and see what it says.
Okay, where is it at? Page
Or we can just
14.
roll.
Character.
Yeah, we're gonna roll because that's what we like to do.
Dang, Skippy, we do.
ability scores.
And it should be a couple pages after this, actually. So right here,
There we go. Ability. Score modifiers.
and it should say.
Here we go. The
Buy.
buying. Start with a score of 10. Add points for race. Example of buying scores. It doesn't have a
It
table.
doesn't have a
of-
table of how much a starting character would have as far as points to use to purchase.
It should say what it is. I think it's. I don't know if there is. I think it's like I said, like,
It might be a DM.
25 where it's kind of a base point. It's not a DM thing. It's what is it, page 18.
18, yeah.
All right.
Does anybody know? If you guys are watching this and you already know this answer, No,
Yeah, quit making me
the system
squirm.
has been updated. You get
See
10
page
points,
28.
and they're
What-
bought
what-
1 to
28.
1. Oh, they're bought 1 to 1. Wow.
1 to 1.
1 to 1. That is crazy.
It's gonna be some high
know.
fantasy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. 1 to 1 point buy. Then that
You have 28.
that's nuts.
18 everything.
All right, so do you want me to start? You want to start?
Go ahead, please, after
I
you.
mean, you have the dice. The dice are much cooler than ours. So.
Oh, right.
All right, so we're not going to place them as they roll down the line.
No, no.
We're going to roll the stats.
Is it 4 at a time? Drop the lowest? Is that what you're doing?
4 at a time to drop the lowest. That's
All
the way
right.
I like to do it.
Sounds good. Here we go. We got
16.
Nice.
Not
So
bad.
Write these down.
Not bad at all.
16. I got a 11.
11
wait,
to
no, no, wait.
13, 14.
Drop that. 14. Nice.
Yeah, these aren't so bad. Oh, and you only get 10 points to use.
Okay, so that's
All start at 10, get 10 points to use. That's cool.
14.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
14. We got a.
Did we lose one?
Yeah.
It's in the
There we go.
hole. There you go.
9, 12.
Not bad.
Where are you? What's this little guy for?
7, 8, 9.
9. Ugh.
No. Drop stat.
I'm gonna be dumb.
Quirky.
There you go.
13.
13.
It's what? That's
1,
your
2, 3,
6.
4, 5, 6.
All right.
Woo!
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
With those ability bonuses,
So
I'm
for
sure.
those of you that aren't familiar with building character as a show, we do encourage
Yes.
you guys, because we obviously don't know everything about the books and everything that's going on, and some of you have already read. I know if you already have your Starfinder PDF, some people have already read it cover to cover 3 times.
Absolutely, and if you're just tuning in, Starfinder, guys, it hasn't hit the shelves yet. It hits the shelves next week. The PDF and special editions are out there floating
Right.
around.
Have
but
you seen the special edition cover? The
Yes,
collector's
it
cover?
is so nice.
pretty
Oh, it looks like a
nasty.
Starfleet manual.
It does
Hey, what's up,
exactly
Tommy?
what it
Thanks for
says.
joining
It's
us.
freaking nasty. All right, so let's see if I can roll out something good here.
Ooh,
So 15.
15.
Not bad.
All right, and also if you guys would be so kind as to share this on
thanks.
your pages, and also and
I think that's so good.
in any groups that you think might find this interesting, that'd
Yeah.
be great as well.
Any RPG groups you're in, any
Yeah.
sci-fi groups, you
Your
know, whatever.
LARPing group?
Yes. Well, that looks great.
Oh.
10.
That's a 10.
That was okay.
That looks real
Beats
good.
my 9. Put this in intelligence.
So Peter Norval is, if you guys are also rolling characters with us, throw your stats up there. Thank you, Peter. 15, 11, 12, 14, 14, 12.
The pictures, it didn't happen.
That's not bad.
Not
Better than
bad. What was that?
14.
14. Oh, there's a 5 there. Yep. Not bad. I'll take my.
that. Any plans to paint
basic
Starfinder minis
stats.
or paint on? Okay, so May asks if there's any plans for us to paint the Starfinder minis. Speaking of the Starfinder minis, those things look amazing. They're by Ninja Division.
Yeah, they look real
Let's go
good.
ahead and do a little roll through real quick. I think we might have them as graphics to show everybody.
I doubt it.
Johnny, let it roll.
Roll that bean footage.
Well,
So we have the
Oh.
envoy, human envoy right there. Looks amazing. The mechanic, so that's the rat person mechanic with his little
Robot buddy?
robot buddy, his drone.
those things are cool too. The drones.
This is the insect vision characters. The mystic. This reminds me of Zorak from Space Goes Coast to Coast. The operative. This is an android operative.
Nice.
And these miniatures just look phenomenal.
Yeah, those are
The
ridiculous.
Solarian,
Oh, yeah.
the soldier. This is the Vesk soldier.
And you say that's a woman?
That's a female character. Yeah, the one that's in the
Hot.
book is a female.
Hot.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we have a Technomancer, which
That I'm
you're
going
going to be
play.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this right here is the ship. This ship is kind of cool. I will not say anything more about it, but it's a nice looking ship.
All right.
There's
like where your
it's
head's at.
actually an important ship.
Okay.
That very same. All right.
Whatever.
so
Roll number 4.
15.
15. All right.
Yeah, he's got a pretty
he's got
pretty beast character.
stats.
Yeah.
I want my 18.
Yeah,
I
I want
deserve
you to have
it.
an 18.
I deserve it. That's not.
Oh,
That's
then,
not
talking
it.
smack,
That's
get
not it
smacked
at all.
down.
That's a
What is
fatty-
that, 10?
Fatty 10.
All
Two
right.
10s. Last one.
Here we go. Come on. 18.
I want really high or really low. I want.
What was that?
We got a 14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping for either an 18
Anthony,
or a
this will
3.
be available next week at your local game store and at Gen Con.
Yepers. Gen Con. All right. So.
Andy says he's at home next to his wife in Guernsey. Also witnessed. So apparently they saw the dog.
Okay.
Witnessed. Amen.
Yeah. Pretty convenient that your wife, who can't testify in court.
Right.
Yeah.
But we'll accept it.
Sure. We'll just go on face value.
All right. So character name, class level. So you guys already know that what your classes are going to be.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a soldier.
Yep.
And you're a technomancer.
Yeah.
And your race, android and Vesk. And it says theme here. I'm sure that we'll get to
themes.
that.
They treat themes like kits were in 3.5.
Okay.
3.5. It's just archetype builds that you can have.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, and then the side. If you can you get the? You see down on this?
Yeah,
Right-
which is super convenient.
Right here,
the
right?
tabs.
You have your tabs, so you know what's going on there. Oh, I got everybody.
So
Now,
good. So good.
So yeah, skills.
Hey Jerome, thanks for joining. We see you.
The Jerome.
Anthony Thomas is wondering if that guy is back from the beach. Nope.
No,
he's
not
he's
yet.
going.
Not
He chose
yet.
Gen Con. He chose to go to the beach over
Oh,
Gen
it's a
Con.
new game. Gen Con or Beach.
Yeah.
Which beach?
Doesn't
Probably
matter.
Ocean City
Doesn't
or
matter.
something.
Like if it was like Fire Island, I'm like, okay.
Right.
Chances are, not Fire Island.
Chances
Andy-
are Ocean City,
Chances
staying
are.
above Marty's Playland.
Yeah, and we are also very excited to get to play this game. I like space-themed RPGs, so this is absolutely going to fit my my sweet tooth on that.
When I was a kid, I had Spelljammer. Never
Yeah,
played it. We
never.
never played it.
I read the comics that DC Comics put out.
Oh, they
back
had
in
a comic?
Yeah, they were all right.
You would read the comics.
I read all the D&D comics when they were on the shelf.
I read a lot of the novels.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Reading.
All right, so we got our stats, and we know what class or race we're
Yep.
basically
So
playing.
I'm gonna add my modifiers to my best. So what modifiers do you have as an android? Do you know?
That would have been a good thing to look at before I turn the page.
I'm sure we can find it with these handy dandy tabs.
Handy dandy
Races.
So the vest gets a +2 strength and a +2 constitution and a -2 for intelligence.
Oh wow!
Because
Ooh.
they are Klingons.
I'll use one of your 10s there. Make him an
Oh, make it an 8?
Yeah.
Blur out yours! It's so good! A snap
It'll be
choice.
so dumb.
Oh, I wish I would have rolled a 3 and then dropped it to a 1.
Oh, and then right in the book at the very top.
Yes, it's
Like you look down here. Look down. Look
It's
at
right
it.
there on the.
Oh,
page.
okay, yeah, it
Oh,
does.
look at
Like
that.
if you look there, if you look here, right, it has the tab
it's
of
nice.
what your bonuses are. Okay, so I get a +2 to dexterity. I get a +2 to intelligence. A -2 to charisma.
Oh my God!
Ugh.
Josh Yates rolled the following: a 12, a 17, a 3, a 7, an 8, and a 3.
Ooh.
God, I want to
How
see
are
this
you
character.
rolling 2
Is there a
threes?
ship roll of janitor?
There can
Are you
be.
sure you're not rolling a D3 by accident, Josh? I mean, it happens. We understand, but
Oh, man.
check your dice. Make sure that they go, above a 3.
If I would ever encourage anyone to lie about their scores, it's those scores.
It adds character, though.
It does.
It
It,
is
makes
character.
for a great opportunity to role play.
Well, once you have your numbers and you know what your bonuses are, then I would go and look at what my class ability score is.
Absolutely. And as a technomancer, it's probably intelligence, right? I would be guessing so.
I'm used to being a charisma caster and things.
Uh-oh.
caster.
And then at this point is when the.
I'm gonna have my. I'm gonna
And
be
actually,
so
we're looking
ugly.
at it right here. Technomancer on the.
There we go.
I can't see it up there.
Oh wait, no, it's operative. Techno. I can't. That's very small. But luckily, they know the.
Points, 5 plus Constitution modifier.
Constitution modifier.
Wait, 118.
I have 2 + 2 stamina points.
All right. And stamina is super important in this because there are not any healers.
Right, and you're not is not flat hit points like Pathfinder.
Right.
In this game, you have your hit points, which is your direct health, and stamina points. Stamina points is what levels up, what consistently goes up, I believe, and that goes away first, but it's temporary. It comes right back, kind of a situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Where your hit points is your health, and once that's gone, boom, you know.
Okay, gain a spell, magical hack.
And like I said, I don't know. I haven't leveled up, so the hit points might increase also as you go up in
Right.
levels. I don't know. That was
I think
Yeah.
I think it is intelligence.
so.
And with the EAC and the KAC, as far as your energy and your kinetic armor classes, they will actually absorb a lot more damage as you play as well. Which, again, Jason Keeley, thank you again for showing us how to, giving us a little demo of that at Gamma this year as well. That was awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, Anthony, absolutely. It's cool that there are the quick lookup tabs for quick character generation.
Makes life easy.
I'm gonna be so ugly. I'm like 7.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So like, any of the synthetic flesh that you may have had is ripped off in one spot.
I look like. Have you ever seen where they found the puppet, the animatronic puppet of what was his name? Hoggle from
Labyrinth, yeah.
Hoggle from the Labyrinth. Apparently, this puppet just sat in a suitcase in a luggage somewhere, and it was lost. And they found it 20 years later, and it had rotted all away,
gross.
and it looked disgusting.
And probably
Yeah,
evil.
and it probably had a higher
No.
charisma score than my
Right.
character.
Ugh.
Womp womp.
No. But yeah, again, thanks to you guys for tuning in. We are doing a Starfinder character build with Tommy Sinbazo and Kurt, our resident furniture guy who
I
just
don't know
moves
what
stuff around.
Don't
comes
know what
in.
that means, but I
Yeah.
like where your
Yeah,
head's
that's
at.
He just moves stuff around when he's here.
14. I got another 14. Let's do another. Let's make him kind of strong. Maybe I want a little bit of 14 there. Constitution.
Well, 14 on the Constitution. So, and for those of you that may just be tuning in, Tommy is going to be playing a android Technomancer, and Kurt is going to be playing a Vesk soldier. Together, that's a team in and of itself.
Yeah, we're like a buddy
Hey,
cop
we're,
duo.
we're ready for it.
I can see it.
Yeah. Do you have a name picked out? Do you
No,
have
not yet.
Oh,
I,
all right.
I saved that.
Do you have one already?
I already have one.
I
All right.
saved that to the very end.
Or do you want
I
the,
go- I go.
you want the people watching to give you a name?
No, that's not at all what I want because
Oh,
it's going
it's
to come
not.
back something ridiculous.
Wait, I have a name. If you guys can pick a name that beats my name, I'll choose your name.
Okay.
So yeah, at the very end, if we'll put it to the people. That's fine. But I want to see where this goes. All right? Let's see where the journey takes us.
So Michael says, I have never looked forward to the release of a product as much as I do Starfinder.
Oh.
Except maybe when my daughter was born, but it's close. Good.
Well played.
I like it.
Well played.
But also, follow us if you guys are just new to seeing what Game Trade Media is. Follow us here on Facebook. We'd really appreciate it so that you don't miss any future episodes of Building Character or Painting Happy Little Minis or Board Games and Beyond. And we have a lot of other great things that we're going to be doing.
Okay, so now with the class skills, I guess that's the same as in regular Pathfinder, where I
Absolutely.
now have a +4 in whatever my class
Correct.
skills are, which are computers.
Weird.
What did you
Techno-
choose as your theme?
Oh, we didn't do that yet.
Yeah.
You probably do because you get bonuses for that as well.
You do.
I just saw.
Do you have any hindrances?
No. Just
Aw,
bonuses.
man.
It looks like.
Man, I
Yeah,
want hindrances.
you'll get a +1 in one thing. So.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we got I'm computers, engineering. This guy is heavy into STEM, life sciences.
Life Sciences.
I spent all my formative years
who isn't?
learning life sciences. Mysticism.
It says, Tommy Brower says you get a +3 if it's a class skill.
Yippers.
That's crazy.
Well, this is +4.
Oh, yeah. You're,
+4 plus my intelligence modifier.
No.
Oh, that's per level.
When you
Is that-
when you use your class skill, if it's a class skill, you get all your modifiers. You get a +3 on top of that.
Oh,
for it being a class skill.
And your point buy is 1-to-1.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, I need a
it's-
nap.
It's the goods. It's the goods. All right, so I'm
Piloting.
going. I think I'm going to go bounty hunter with this guy.
ooh, as your theme?
I think my theme is going to be bounty hunter, because I like tracking people down for money. That's the first sentence. I'm not making that up. And Django was awesome, so I want to go out there and
There you go.
shoot people.
Be a Space Django.
That's it. Space Django. Lizardmen.
You guys are dancing around a line.
There's no line.
Are we?
No, you pretty much stumbled right over it.
There's no line I won't crawl underneath.
Okay, and then my...
So, as we mentioned as well, for the Vesk soldier who is a bounty hunter and the android Technomancer who has not picked their theme yet, come up with some name ideas. Tommy says he already has a name. but if yours is better, very cool. And come up with one for Kurt. Kurt says he may just pick his own.
At the end, I want to hear what people have to say. I'm just not doing it now.
Jim, I will be fixing that. We'll be having more dice on the table tomorrow.
Yeah, agreed.
Because tomorrow on Building Character, we're going to be doing a ship build.
Yes. Not our ship. A ship.
A ship.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
I don't give a ship.
Doesn't spell.
My mind is a cold steel trap when it comes to scraps of information about creatures you're tracking down. Anything else, however, I don't remember. Specifically, like birthdays and people's names.
Right. Not important.
Math. But if you give me a piece of information about track somebody down, on it.
Like a bloodhound.
No problems.
So, for those of you watching as well, what are some of the things about Starfinder that you're excited to see? Some of the adventure path ideas or homebrew ideas that you guys are already starting to percolate for your games at home? Or are you going to be playing in the Starfinder adventure paths that come out?
I know what I'm most excited about. I'm most excited about Space Goblins. I think Space Goblins are so freaking ridiculous, especially Pathfinder Goblins.
Yeah.
Pathfinder Goblins are insane, and I think Pathfinder Space Goblins are even better, and I'm jazzed to play them, and I have a million ideas on how I'm going to use them. I'm so excited.
We're doing season 3 of Laughfinder is going to be Starfinder. We're playing Starfinder. We're playing a homebrew.
Okay.
So if you guys like homebrew games, listen to Laughfinder.
Who the heck
Season
doesn't?
3. Okay, I've chosen my theme. I will be an icon.
An icon.
An icon.
What is an icon?
You work for an important corporation, and when they need to get something done, they call on you.
Interesting.
I'm Johnny Mnemonic is
Johnny
basically
Mnemonic.
what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Based on your charisma, though, I'm guessing that you're like the last guy they call. Oh, he's busy doing that. She can't do this.
Frank.
What about my janitor? He's busy too?
All right.
Give the android a call.
Give him a call.
He's just all butts. He's not a people person.
Give the android a call.
Ian's like, I love that cracked helmet in the Paizo official art for the Space Goblins. And that's one of the things about the Goblins. They have a really cool, let me see if I can pull it up real quick here.
Space Goblins, man.
Space Goblins.
Come on, Johnny, get on that.
Referring back to the First Contact book, they do have the Space Goblins are in here, and they have special abilities. They are a tinker. As a move action, a Space Goblin can remove the penalties associated with the broken condition from a single piece of equipment until the start of his next turn.
The goblins.
The item then becomes
gremlins.
unusable for 10 minutes and retains the broken condition after that until it is fixed. They are also unstable junk laser. Space Goblin's laser pistol is crafted from a mishmash of broken casings, leaking energy cells, and other random material.
Yes.
A junk laser is similar to a holdout laser pistol, except it has a range of only 60 feet. If the wielder of a junk laser rolls a natural 1 when attacking with it, he must immediately attempt a DC 18 engineering check. Success means the junk laser gains the broken condition. Failure means that the gun explodes and does damage.
Oh, I can just imagine a swarm of them coming down a hallway with like sparks coming out.
Oh, yeah, wicked.
They're shooting. It's like one of those old guns when you were a kid, like
Knocking each other's helmets off and screwing around. Because they're bat crap crazy. I love it.
Yeah.
So all the races are great. So when you're picking your races out, you want to figure out, because these are all, aside from humans, these are all original races made for Starfinder, which is really, really cool also. I didn't know what to expect when they announced this. I didn't know if we were going to see space halflings and space half-orcs and, that kind of stuff. The fact that they went the extra mile and made all original races is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So one of the things I like about it is trying to figure it out. And aside from just going by look, I thought the Vesk looked really cool, is they have a kind of a, maybe if you're thinking of playing this, here's some cool things about it. So playing a Vesk. It says, you likely see most other races as weak or dishonorable and believe the Vesk way is best.
Vesk way best.
Playing a Vesk relish the chance to prove their worth in combat, though only against worthy opponents. They have an ironclad sense of honor and propriety and strive to always keep their word.
Nice.
And bond closely with proven comrades and surprise non-Vesk friends with sudden outpourings of emotion. Wait. In private.
They shut the door.
We need to talk.
Me need to kiss you.
Oh, wow.
Other races probably find your size and bloodthirsty reputation intimidating.
I would expect that.
Assume you're ignorant of anything beyond combat. appropriate. Depend on you in battle, yet fear and resent you for your empire's past conflicts and conquests. And mistake Vesk etiquette and propriety for a lack of feeling. Just because we don't use utensils and like to kill our food at the table doesn't mean we don't have etiquette.
So some of the things in the chat room real quick. We've got Josh Yates says Kurt's character name should be Zorx Ogor.
I like it.
It's Xorxo Gore.
Okay.
Emmanuel says, in the drift, there is a chance you can pull in chunks from other planes while you're traveling in it.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. My home game will pull in chunks of different sci-fi worlds, StarCraft, Zerg, Borg cubes, Cylon motherships.
Oh,
I tell you what, this
that
sounds
sounds
awesome.
pretty- yeah, that does
and
sound
and one of the feels I had when reading through this book was very Mass Effect. Like when just the stuff that I'm reading, stuff I'm seeing, I had a very Mass Effect-y vibe.
even the art kind of has a massive.
Yeah, which is super cool.
Scott McDonald says Brondo, the first mutilator. Brondo, the first
Rondo.
And did you know that Technomancers have electrolytes? It's what they need
It's
to
what
survive.
they crave.
It's what they crave. Goblins
Electrolytes.
prefer to be called spoblins for space goblins, and
Goblins, yes.
We're being insensitive.
and
It's not
space
Terraform.
half-orcs are called sporks. Peter says, Andy, send me your stat block, please. We really appreciate all the conversations going on inside the chat. You guys are hilarious, and thank you very much. Tell us a little bit more about what your thoughts are with your icon Technomancer. What kind of like background are you thinking you're going to play on?
Well,
this?
now, the more I think about it, the more I think I may switch over to just mercenary. Just because you're right. Why would a guy with such low charisma he wouldn't be who people call on?
Not necessarily,
No, I don't think.
but that could be a great character hook.
Could be, yeah. It could be that what if he thinks he's way more charismatic than he actually is?
Or he may have been at one time.
Like Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay, he's the
It's
Austin
like his
Powers of
teeth.
the icon world.
His teeth, it's like, why did they give you those teeth?
He just has 10-sided die for teeth. That's what it is. Old die tooth, they call him.
So I believe the maximum rank you can have at first level is 1. Is that correct? Does that sound familiar to you as a Pathfinder player?
I know that you can't have ranks higher than your
current level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your initial ranks are 1, and then okay. Just want to make sure. Like I said, it's been a while since I played the Pathfinder, but I thought that sounded vaguely familiar.
Class bonus.
So these characters, like I said before, we will be playing. I mean, you're going to be making something similar to this for your Laughfinder.
Yeah, we're actually going to do a character building episode to kick off our 3rd season.
All right. But we're going to be doing the incident at Absalom Station. Will be the game we'll be playing. So we're going to have these 2 players. We're going to have 2 other players as well. We're currently hunting for them, and then we'll also do tomorrow. Like I said, we'll do a ship build. It's not going to be the ship that they will have, but we're going to do it.
We just want to show off.
We want to show you guys what a ship build also looks like.
Yes.
So it should be a lot of fun.
Good.
Good. Share it. Build it. They will come. It'd be awesome.
There it is. 2, 0. What? That's stupid.
Character creation.
2. And my dude's got a claw attack because I've got claws.
Choose a class. Finalize ability scores. Character sheet.
Dude, my claws do 1d3 lethal.
1d3 lethal.
Now what?
Wow.
Okay. Upgrade modifier.
So as they're going through and they're making their character stats and filling in the minutia of what is involved, we're going to have them go ahead and announce it like once they kind of flesh it out a little bit more. I really like the idea of a bounty hunter and a icon working together in some capacity. And that could be what brings you 2 together.
Yeah.
You might be on the same...
He's the face.
Or the... or on the same mission of some sort.
Oh, it doesn't matter what. Even if it's a dinner party, my go-to is intimidate.
Oh, really?
It's my go-to, like immediately. I don't even care what it is. If it's a child's birthday party, or I'm giving an award to the mayor, whatever it is.
Okay.
Intimidate, go-to. Just because it's what he knows.
It is what he
It's
knows.
just what he knows. He's not doing it to be a jerk. It's just what he knows.
He needs the clamps. Bob France, I'm your man, Rick. Bob, I wish you were here. Bob and I used to play D&D together back in Virginia Beach when I lived there many years ago.
So long ago, it was just called D.
D. We just played the D.
Before the and D.
Yeah. Call the ship the Hindentanic.
I like that.
Hindentanic.
It's really funny.
A total disaster.
It's really funny, actually. So one of the cool things, guys, about ship creation, we're not to get into ship creation, but ships, and also if you play the class that creates the robot or androids or follow you or whatever, the ships they level up with you,
Yes.
which is phenomenal. You know, it eliminates the actual monetary value of putting out money and stuff like that. Instead, the ships actually just level up with the characters, so you don't have to worry about it. That's actually really cool. Just one less step to worry about, but adds a cool creative element to it. I love it.
So Christian is saying that they're going to be playing a mystic or an operative. Not sure about race, though. Contemplating the good old dwarf. You can't go wrong with a good dwarf.
Oh, dwarf. Space dwarf. Sporf.
Swarf.
Swarf.
Swarf?
Tommy says, I'm taking sources from Guardians of the Galaxy, Stargate. Did a small birthday intro with my players. Dark and gritty game with some hints towards replicators from Stargate and big
Trek.
infested abandoned spaceships.
What I also like is that you said that ship-to-ship combat is a lot like going on to each ship is a dungeon, pretty much. You go in and it's a whole new setting, whole new layout.
Yeah, absolutely. And but the ship-to-ship combat, though, the space combat, is really cool. And it's a lot of fun. If you guys want to see that, on our YouTube channel, we do have, on Game Trade Media YouTube, the video of us playing the spaceship battle with Jason Keeley from Paizo at Gamma. And you can, and we also have Benjamin from Sirenscape is doing a lot of audio and playing our engineer. I was the captain. He was the Ben was the engineer, and my boss Josh was the weapons officer. And we had to fight off some goblins, and it was awesome.
Dude, I got scales, man. Scales.
That is funny.
Is it though?
Yeah. Well, here we go. I'm going to read off some
Why
more.
don't you
We got
share?
we got a lot of stuff going on in here. Chris says, missed the beginning. Can you do a quick review of what everyone is making? Absolutely, Chris. So we have Tommy here is playing a Android icon Technomancer.
There you go.
And Kurt is playing a Vesk soldier that is a bounty hunter. Their stats. Read off your stats real quick. This is pretty funny.
So right now I'm working with Strength 12, Dexterity 16, Constitution 14, Intelligence 18, Wisdom 12, and Charisma 7.
Lovely.
I'm beautiful.
How's your Vesk stats look after all the mods are
Well, after all the mods, I've got a strength of 16,
Nice.
dexterity of 15, a constitution of 18, an intelligence of 12, a wisdom of 10, and a charisma of 10.
Nice.
So not terrible, actually. Pretty,
Not bad.
pretty basic. I like that constitution. I'm gonna be able to soak some damage.
Nice.
So I see a lot of armor, big
gun.
Yes.
Michael says intimidate even for romance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, I want this guy to go to a speed dating and just intimidate every person that's in front
You
of him. You like walks on beach? Oh my God.
I take you on beach. Jim says I don't care what he picks. I'm calling Tommy's character Jar Jar Sinbazo.
Oh, it's so good.
Hurtful.
Is it?
Jar Jar.
What's wrong with Jar Jar?
He loves Jar Jar.
You love Jar Jar Binks?
I mean, that's a conversation.
Jar Jar Binks.
Of the Binks,
That's a whole
JJB.
nother- that's a whole nother
JJB, and that's a different
Do you
episode.
believe that he's a
No,
a
I don't.
Sith?
That's garbage.
You
No,
don't
no.
even like.
No,
so you like Jar Jar
I like-
minus the fact
that's
that he could
garbage.
be a Sith.
That's garbage. It's a conversation for
Do you
another
think
time.
that
Tommy.
makes him worse? If he's
I
a
think it's a
Sith?
garbage that you know. he's a whole enough character. He's a rich character. He doesn't need little fan theories. He's just got it all right there. It's just not necessary.
So Ian says, hey, I've been thinking about my first Starfinder character. I'm thinking a human from a backwood desert planet, perhaps.
Ooh.
He would have
Tell
spent
me more.
He would have spent the first 18 years of his life as a moisture farmer until he met an old man who told him about his father, and then his
No.
hold on,
I need more backstory about what he did in his
Yeah,
moisture.
I need to learn
and then
know
his
about his
grand
dad as a
adventure
kid.
begins.
I
Yeah,
wanna-
I would love to learn more about his father as well.
What about this dad?
Why was he left there?
I want to know if he had a place to hang out while he was moisture farming, like Tossie Station. I mean, I hear that place is super cool.
You would like
If Tommy is playing Jar Jar Sinbazo, does that mean that Jim will be playing Jabba Jim? Your stats seem very high. Do you follow special rules or the standard ones? Okay, we actually did a roll. We rolled the dice right here on camera.
It's on film.
And those are the stats that they got with the modifiers of their races.
Yeah, we did a general 46, drop the lowest.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard for
Yeah.
most RPGs.
We rolled 2d20 and halved it, and then
He
we
wouldn't
took
let
that stat.
I wanted to do the D10, 10,000. You wouldn't let me. I mean, because that
Wait,
was so,
Jim
so
said something
good.
hurtful. No, Scott, I will be playing Jabba the Jim.
Oh, there's Brian. What did Brian say?
Brian says, wait, Jim said something hurtful.
Oh, okay.
Did he drink blue milk?
Tell us about the blue milk. Did he enjoy the blue milk?
What color are these cows? Or what teats do this blue milk come from?
Like, how often do they buy droids? I mean, these are things we need to know.
Right.
Like,
Also, as a reminder, as we're continuing building these characters here for Starfinder, which is the new RPG coming out from Paizo next week, it'll be premiering at Gen Con and at your local game stores this next weekend as well. They are dropping at the same time.
yeah, if you have the choice to go to Gen Con and pick this up or go to the beach, it's really no choice. Go to Gen Con, it's much better.
Much better.
A much better choice.
Yeah. Also, if you're new to watching us today, please share this on your social media, on your Facebook page. Share us within any groups that you think might find what we're doing interesting. We are not as interesting as we had hoped that we would be,
No,
but we do our best.
No, we suck.
And also like our page. We appreciate that as well. And if you like what we're talking about here, hit that like button. Don't hit it a lot because then I can't see what everybody's saying.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay. So specialization is skill focused.
In Starfinder, are moonberries now called earthberries?
No, they're called berries.
They're called berries.
Makes a lot of sense.
You guys
Does-
have no idea how long I've been sitting on that one.
All right, so with the soldier, they at first level they have to choose a primary fighting style. So
In my head, I'm now thinking about your character being what's the Brazilian
Capoeira?
Just doing the dance.
Like he's very peaceful except for when he talks to somebody.
It's Vesk, a Vesk capoeira master.
It's the worst.
Whips out a hemi penis.
I mean, there's a lot to choose from. This is one of the cool things about this is there's a lot of options within each class. All right, so with this, the fighting styles, you have arcane assailant, which is he supplements its combat effectiveness with magic powers. So that's whatever. It's cool, but I don't think it's fitting this dude. Armor Storm fighting style focuses on using armor as a weapon by maximizing the damage of armor-based weapons while withstanding enemy fire, which I think that sounds really cool, kind of power armor style.
Right.
That's on the list, so keep that one.
Specialized in slapping.
Is that here?
He does this little dance.
So that's right here. So it's called Blitz. The Blitz fighting style is all about using speed and aggression to get into thick melee. I didn't make this guy really for the melee stuff. You know, I want, like I said,
You seem like a support.
this is
kinda
the one
guy.
I was thinking. It was called Bombard.
Bombard?
Bombard. So Bombard fighting style emphasizes attacking multiple targets, often using grenades, and leverages substantial physical strength to control large weapons with significant recoil.
Oh my God.
Higher levels, you use launchers, missiles, and other heavy weapons.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing I thought was really funny, and this kind of goes hand in hand with what you were saying about the goblins and their guns, is the very first thing they start off with is something called Grenade Expert, which you're like, on the surface, it sounds pretty legit, whatever, you're a grenade expert. But the ability, this goes into MacGyver real fast. So,
Does it?
yes, it says, So in addition to being able to throw them further, you're able to salvage enough materials to create a grenade without paying for it. Creating a grenade takes 10 minutes. You can create any grenade whose item level is less or equal to the soldier level. But this grenade is unstable and only you can use it effectively. If anyone else tries to use a grenade, it's a dud. So I can literally just take garbage, give me 10 minutes, I got a grenade.
You Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, but I can only have one at a time, period. So you can't say, all right, I'm gonna spend the next 2 weeks making garbage grenades. so it took care of that within 2 sentences. Like, no. Before you think about that, don't. But so I thought that was really funny. At least I wanted the big, but the idea is to be like garbage.
Garbage.
So a guard, is a more of a defensive kind of thing. But like I said, the ones I was looking at the most, the armor guy, big heavy mechanized armor with weapons on that, or big gunner dude and garbage grenades.
Garbage grenades.
So what do you guys think of the two, the Bombard or the Armor Storm? Which two are they thinking for me? Because I don't care. They're both equally cool for me.
They are both equally cool.
Yeah.
So Rob asks, what is Starfinder? And it's immediately answered by Ian. Pathfinder in space. Starfinder is Paizo's new sci-fi RPG.
And then follows up with legit.
Pathfinder in space, but so much more. It is so much more.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim, for that answer. That's a great answer. The biggest thing would be hex and square battle mats and the core rulebook. Those, they're awesome. Wait, did you say Bombard?
Bombard.
Not Bombard.
Oh, you said guys Bombard.
Bombard. B-U-M-B-A-R-D. Bombard.
Yeah. Bombad?
Bombad? He's a bombardist. Vincent Moore, been reading the book since they sent the PDFs out. Really excited to run the adventure path for some folks. Yeah, man, it's going to be awesome. Alrighty, I'm very curious. This looks awesome. Is that a homeless guy who sings about gravy? Who's that? A homeless guy sings about gravy. Bombard. A bombard.
Bombard!
Good job.
I don't know what's more embarrassing, that joke or how long it took us to get it.
I don't know. I'd pay a nickel to hear that joke again. I mean, I like it.
That's a shiny electric piece.
I like that. It's the slow burn jokes. Those are the one that gets
5 quarter portions.
1 quarter portion.
But you gave me 7 quarter portions for a knock-knock joke.
1 quarter portion. All right. So, what are they deciding? Because I need to know before I can move forward.
It looks like they really do like the Bombard.
Who doesn't like a Bombard?
I don't.
I mean, they've referenced it like 4 times already.
Bombard!
But what was the one? That's the one that has the big guns and junk grenades.
What's from a bombardier? Bombardier.
Nice.
All right. Bombard it is. La-da-da-da.
Okay.
Now, where are we at with Technomancer?
With
here?
Technomancers, in the theme I took, and all Technomancers get a specialization, which much like his fighting style. I chose the specialization of Ghost, and I will tell you more about that momentarily.
After this commercial message. Hi, everybody.
Have you often had indigestion?
Is your ship infested with space worms?
Sperms. They're called sperms.
And you want to get rid of them? Just call. What's that company that's out there these days?
Orkin?
Orkin.
Sporkin.
Sporkin.
Space Orkin.
Yes. Space Orkin.
Sporkin, and we'll come. And if they come back, so will we.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, there's a whole page I missed.
What did you do?
Technomancers.
So Sporkin would be actually pretty funny. You have a bunch of space orcs that basically come out and try to salvage ships.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be kind of cool. And they're always just trying to salvage a ship that you're always at. It's like, how do these guys always get here first?
Why is our ship missing parts?
Sporkin.
Okay, icon.
Not all heroes wear capes.
With more or less per the DMs. Do they have any classes like a Gundam pilot? They do have pilot is a position that you can.
Pilot's a very, very, very important position in this game. Yeah. It's very cool because all crew members, everybody that's a party member, is gonna have a role on the spaceship itself, which is gonna be cool. So it's not as opposed to other games in the past where the pilot and maybe a gunner or two. They're the only ones really actively doing something in the game. In this game, everybody has their place. In fact, I think next to the pilot, the engineer is the most important one.
Right.
That's a ridiculous, and it sounds like a great role to play. Also, they're the ones taking care of putting the shields where they need to do, and adding more power to certain areas.
Moving energy around the ship.
It's a lot that goes on. So space combat is the thing I'm most looking forward to trying.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. What's also very interesting is when you watch the video. If you guys do take a moment to watch the video on YouTube of us playing the space version, the demo with Jason Keeley, you'll notice that our engineer, though a great guy, literally was not having a good die roll day.
No.
But good thing is that our gunner, our weapons officer, was lighting stuff up left and right with great rolls and hits. So we were able to defeat the goblins, or at least turn them away. It was a lot of fun. So Ghost specialization also comes with a +3 to craft pottery. Is that right?
Sure. Yeah. As long as you have to be flanking an enemy from behind.
Dude, that's not, that's not fair at all.
I know, right? Because everybody wants to craft pottery in space.
I will ghost that all day long.
So tell us more about this ghost skin that you're
Well, the ghost skin is actually part of the icon class, which because you not only do you get things for your race now, because Technomancers, they gain class features for the Technomancer, but then you gain bonus things for the your theme.
Okay.
And as like I get Fabricate Tech at 2nd level, Distance Spell at 5th level, Seeking Shot 11. So you get all these different feats.
All right.
And that means I really think I looked at the wrong page when I wrote all that down, because I don't see it now.
He's the worst.
I'm the
sniper weapon. Hey Dean, they do come with some pawns. I did have a bunch of them right here. They have a pawn set, the core rule pawn set, which is going to have some ships, some bigger monsters. So like these are the Idarian Millennia ship, the Vindicus, and then it has all the different character races and different class types that are available as pawns as well. So they're all right here. So you have a human priest, a human Solarian, human Solarians, all sorts of different pawns to show the different things there. But here's, someone had mentioned, did anybody pick Contemplative as a race? No, neither one of these guys have picked a Contemplative. They have an android and a Vesk. But a Contemplative is basically a floating brain with a body that's just like really like weak and atrophied.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost,
if I could Master Blaster that, like ride somebody's back,
right.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
That would be really cool. They were released, and you can read more about the Contemplatives in the First Contact book that was on Free RPG Day. It's a really interesting class, or character or creature type. This would be one that I think would be almost kind of scary to encounter. A floating brain people for the win. Yes, they're pretty cool. But as far as miniatures go, Dean, Ninja Division is actually making the miniatures for Starfinder, and we can go ahead and we can show those again real quick. Here some imagery of the Starfinder minis by Ninja Division. We have the Envoy, human Envoy there. We have the Mechanic. That is the I cannot for the life of me remember the names of that race. It's the Soki Mechanic, and he has a little drone there. The Mystic, the Bug People. What are those called again? The La Junta, and then there's the Android Operative, and then the Solarian. That race is, what race is that one? I don't know that race off the top of my head.
Which one?
The one that was up there. And then there's the Vesk Soldier.
Sorry, I was reading. I apologize. Michael, you can go back, John. I can tell you what the race was.
It's the Kasatha.
Oh. Good job.
Kasatha.
I like you just butchering it. It's even better than
It's
you saying what it is.
K-S, Kasatha.
Oh, okay, I like it. Yeah, let's call it that.
Kasatha Solarian.
It's called
Kasatha.
Oh, Kadeta fish.
Gefilte fish.
Thank you, Kadeta fish.
Now, Solarians, they're basically Jedi, right? Is that
Okay. We can't say Jedi.
Okay, they're basically.
Oh my! That's it. Just saw black screen.
And a bunch of Disney operatives roll in.
No, it's like Slender Man Disney.
But yes, the answer to that is kind of yes. They have energy manipulation. They have swords that are energy-based weaponry, and they have this. So yes, I would say they would be most like the Jedi. Put that brain in a robot's belly, aka TMNT.
Dang, Skippy.
Did anyone pick the concept? No. Pathfinder didn't include mind flare illithids. Does Starfinder? As of in the core book, it does not have the mind flare or the illithids, which doesn't mean that they couldn't be.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that follows the same rules
Right.
out there with illicit, so it'd be a very easy conversion, I think, to put them into this. An illicit ship would be creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An illithid
Creep
ship.
F.
Yeah.
It would.
Would it be feasible to use Starfinder for a Blade Runner style campaign, or does it lose something if you're not using space battles? You know what? I don't think it would lose anything if you were to just say, all right, yeah, you have the space battles as something you could incorporate, but if you wanted to play it as a Johnny Mnemonic, as you mentioned earlier, or a Blade Runner, or any of those dystopic, futuresque, movie type themed scenarios, absolutely would work, because it is a role-playing game. It is character-based, obviously. Do whatever you want. Have fun
Make
with it.
it your game.
Yeah, I mean, as a Blade Runner game, that would be cool, because there are androids. You could absolutely use that
Yeah.
as a hook.
That'd be great. Blade Runner game, just a game of nothing happens. That sounds awesome.
Just chasing an android.
Oh, this is interesting. So technomancers are space wizards, right? So instead of a spell book, you have a spell cache. As a culmination of your early studies of the fundamental forces of the galaxy, you create a spell cache that allows you to store and access spells. Your spell cache could be a device such as a handheld computer or a technological implant, an item such as a ring or a staff, or a symbol such as a brand or a tattoo, or other permanent modification to your body. While you don't need your spell cache to cast your spells once per day, you can activate the spell cache to cast any one spell you know or are capable of casting, even if you've expended all your spell slots that you're for that spell's level.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can just bank a spell.
Yeah.
And your spell, that's why it's called a spell cache.
Banking that spell from later.
And if you have failure to restart learning your spells, you just clear your spell cache and force close the application.
So, wow, the minis look great. They released some really odd character creatures in First Contact. You can play as a giant spider people called the Han Tu. They fly around with hot air-filled web sacks. Those are actually, yeah, they're in there. They're pretty cool.
Nice.
Christian Federer says, mind flares are trademarked by wizards. Unfortunately, Paizo can't use them like the Beholder. So Paizo cannot use them.
They're called eye tyrants. Is what
Eye
they were
tyrants.
called, I believe, in
But that's
Paizo's
and
version.
I think that's also in Wizards.
I don't
thing.
know. I don't know that, but I thought they were called eye.
Yeah.
I thought there was something similar with Paizo. I could
That's
be
why
wrong.
you'll notice when the compendium of monsters comes out, there are squid facers, and they are
Squiddlies.
Yeah.
they eat brains. That causes-
Displacer Beast is also under that, but I find that kind of interesting. I mean, if you, I know it's probably a little off topic, but when you think about the IP, when 3.5 came out and they had the open license agreement, which Starfinder does have, so you could make your, you could make your own Starfinder modules and stuff using that.
Do what must be done.
and it'd be kind of cool. But you would think that with the open license agreement that those monsters would be able to transfer over.
yeah, you would think,
But I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know.
but you'd be wrong.
Sean says, I ran one, a Blade Runner style, based on Off Alternity from TSR, and have been looking forward to this to bring it back. Took place on a giant space station called the Lighthouse. That's very cool. And with Absalon Station being the big space station in this campaign, as far as the core one that will be known, it could be played on Absalon, or you can actually have space stations anywhere now, which is awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, there should be space stations everywhere.
Everywhere.
Have you
Good.
seen Valerian and the City
I have
of a
not
Thousand?
yet seen it. Yeah.
It is beautiful garbage.
I've heard that. I think I actually heard that from you already. That it is a-
I just want to make sure you remember
is
that
a-
I
it
said.
is a visually stunning movie.
It looks like they took a couple issues of Heavy Metal magazine and brought it to life.
So Kristen
'Cause
says
those-
the
yeah.
issue, these special monsters, Mind Flayers, Beholders, are not part of the OGL or Open Gaming License. The GM screen looks great. It is. It's a beautiful GM screen. The artwork on there is beautiful. And then on the other side, obviously, like all GM screens have, is all the nice little reference stats and things that you would need for different things, from actions and combat, radiation. Radiation plays a big part in this game. So,
Really? Can
yes.
you die of radiation?
You can die of radiation.
Can you get powers from being bitten by something
Oh
that's
my
irradiated?
god.
hold on.
better.
I mean, radiation is all bad
It said
stuff,
you can get
guys.
sickness and get a disease, so I think that could be a power.
Ooh, a disease power.
Yeah, you know.
That sounds pretty
You can
cool.
spit your teeth at people.
Oh, dang it. Radiation sickness is not contagious, so you don't have the power to spread it. Dang it. Vincent asks, how difficult or complicated does the space battle stuff look? If you've never played a space battle type game, it may come off a little intimidating at first, but once you just kind of read into it, it's not that hard. The rules, we're actually, if you guys want tomorrow, tune in. We will be doing a ship build and talking a lot more on that. So the space battle concept will be discussed. It doesn't use, like, if this was a 3D area, it doesn't use this as your,
No, yeah.
you know, for space battle. So you're not using all around. It's still on that
It's
flat
still
two-dimensional
two-dimensional, yeah.
play. So, you know, you move this way, you turn,
Which
you
it
move
has
that
to
way.
be.
Yeah.
Gameplay-wise, trust me, I've played in
Yeah.
RPGs where we're trying to do the opposite, and then wanted to
This is a
do
very
seppuku
difficult
right there at the
concept.
table. It is the
I feel like
worst.
this, unless you have the pegs to
Even
elevate,
still,
Yeah.
to show that,
even still,
it
trust
makes
me,
it very
we
difficult.
What was
tried.
that 3-layered chess in Next Generation?
Yeah.
Three-layer chest. That's what I always called it.
Wow.
Only 40
I'm pretty sure it had a name like Pachanku. Or
That sounds good. Chess odds.
Sean says, agreed, gorgeous movie, horrible plot.
Mm-hmm.
How complicated is it? We got that one. Valerian is like a Monet painting, really pretty from a distance, but once you get close enough to get the story, it just becomes a huge mess.
I'm just saying, you need to be drunk when you see it.
So Christian is asking, when are we going to start playing? Okay, well, here's the thing on that, Christian. I have got,
We're not.
no, we will start playing, but it will be after Gen Con. One reason is I do not want to, when we're going to Gen Con, so next week would be All Out anyways. So after Gen Con, maybe not the first week after, but the following. And I say that because we do have 2 more characters we got to make, because it's going to be a 4-character party. Also, I do not want to spoil anything about Absalon, the incident at Absalon Station, to anybody out there that has not yet got it and has not yet played it. But we hope that if we wait about a week after Gen Con or so, that at that point, people who have been subjected to the incident at Absalon Station and can also follow along and see how we're going to play that particular scenario and have fun with it. And it won't be such a spoiler.
Spoiler. Spoiler culture. Yeah.
Jim says, you can also spit your teeth if you take the Dundalk background trait. So that's an inside joke for Marylanders.
Because there are metahuman mutants, super mutants in the Dundalk area. Everyone knows this.
I've heard this.
And the Glenbury area.
There's a human waste treatment center in Dundalk.
The gold boo-boobs.
Yeah, which are the gold domes. They look like boobs.
Yeah, the golden boo-boobs.
The area always, it's one of those areas where if you're driving through it, you always turn to the person in the car and ask if they farted.
Okay, because
So-
they may not know.
And literally across the street from it, there's a strip mall with only one store in it, and it's a Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, it's so mean. Poor kids.
It's so good, though.
Jim Meyer says, if you're looking for players, holla. Do we know Jim?
Yeah, Jim Meyer is on my podcast.
Is he?
Yeah, super funny guy.
Smells great in the summer. Vincent Moore says that. Smells great in the summer. All right.
Oh, apparently icons are like. Oh man.
Are you sure?
Icons are like, I'm basically like if there was trying to think of an equivalent of a famous company man that just goes and takes care of company business.
Okay. I would think an icon then would be like in Sin City. Josh Hartnett's character that in the elevator and is like the
Yes.
the hit guy.
Yes.
You seem to have done something wrong. And if I showed up, you really did something wrong.
It says, thanks to interstellar communications and drift travel, the galaxy is smaller than ever, and this connectivity has facilitated your ascension to celebrity status. You might be a famous performer or a celebrated scientist, but either way, you get recognized on the packed worlds and in associated systems. Your reason for traveling to unknown worlds might be to further spread your acclaim or escape the limelight. So
You're a rock star.
I'm a hideous rock star.
Yeah.
Hideous rock star.
But you should do it for something stupid like puppetry. I'm very well known for my miming.
Well, I do have feats in
World
sleight of
renowned.
hand.
He is a trickster. He is.
Sleight of hand is mine.
he's-
I'm like a beat up Chris Angel.
Yeah.
Like a mind freak.
Mind free.
Yeah.
Is this your car?
An android who had a stroke.
I had a short circuit.
So apparently, the waste treatment plant was infested with more than 100 million spiders. Okay,
I'm not gonna
Anthony.
call you on
Yes, there. This is a great question. Anthony asks: is there a cat race since there is a rat race?
Yeah, but they're not. It's not coming out yet, right?
No, it'll be in the anthology.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be super sexualized.
Yeah,
is
they're
what I heard.
super sexualized. Kind of like the feline cat from Farscape.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
her. Where this race of cat people are going to be like that as well.
If any Trekkies
We'll
are
be right
watching
back,
this, can you please tag the episode, season and episode number of that? I'll use Cody to watch it.
So he's Johnny Knoxville from Jackass. That's who your character is, Johnny Knoxville. Or Zap Brannigan, Charisma 7, but thinks he's got a much higher one. I like it. Zap
How
Brannigan.
about Zap Knoxville?
Zap Knoxville.
That's actually pretty funny.
He's always saying
Where'd you
something
buy
like,
equipment?
"Hey, watch this," and just jumping out an airlock.
Jumping out of the airline.
Why? but why? I'm still alive.
Or how about this?
Come get me.
Was an icon, still thinks they're an icon, always is walking around like, don't want to get noticed, and nobody cares.
The face is so jacked up now they don't recognize.
Yeah, they're
it
like,
anyway.
and they don't care. It's like,
Yeah, we know who you are.
whatever. Do the cat people randomly knock stuff
Don't
off tables,
talk
shelves
about
they
cat
walk
people.
past? Vincent, I am almost certain that will be the case.
I would hope they spray too.
Oh my God.
And they puke in your shoe. If you
Scratch
upset
the-
one, you
scratch
go,
the furniture.
You go into your quarters and there's a turd on your pillow.
Oh, gross. Yeah, I will see this happening, yeah. There's also a cat like a race in the Guardians of the Galaxy comic books and has kind of the same kind of things as well. So
You
yeah.
could be a Thundercat though.
Ooh, or a Thundercat.
Like Chitara?
A Chitara. Or grown up Wily Cat.
Okay.
Okay, you must not have read the comics.
Oh, why
'Cause
did she get older in the comics?
She does.
And is she hot?
I mean, if you're into that sort of thing.
While we're on the topic of being furries,
I'm glad this is where this episode.
What?
Like, hey, remember that one Billy character? Oh, the Dark episode.
Welcome to Furry
Yes,
Chat.
I remember that one.
So the funny thing is, yes, in Thundercat she does get older, and that would be a great thing to, But she's older, but she's also kept by Mumra. She's a slave to Mumra because what happens is Lionel goes into the Sword of Omens to study to become a better leader and learn more about everything, and it's like 10 years later he comes out. He got trapped in there, and all the Thundercats are like dispersed. Nobody knows where they're at except for Wily Cat.
when did this series come out?
I want to say
Around 2000 when the Cartoon Network one did?
Yeah, right around that era. Yeah, early 2000s.
Look into that. Brian, find me those issues, please.
Since Galorian is missing, is the Outer Planes as well? Ooh. No, Anthony, I don't think that would be the case because, as was mentioned earlier in the
Four hit
chat,
points per
if you're
level?
flying through
Yeah,
the drift,
I believe so.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is like their,
yeah. 4 points. Period. You don't roll it.
you
it's
don't, we
automatic.
don't, you automatic.
So it's- no, yeah,
as-
no, it's automatic.
Tiger was running a B&B in Vermont. That's correct. So if you're going through the drift, you can actually pull things, or they can be pulled from other dimensions. So I'm thinking that might be how the outer planes might be working in this. And hopefully maybe we'll get some more information on that as more supplements come out for Starfinder. And things just got weird. Sorry about that, Jim.
Yep.
Jim Garner's like, hey.
Good to see you again, bye.
Wasn't too weird.
Yeah.
No.
If you think that's
I'm
weird.
surprised it took this long to get into furry
You think that's
territory.
weird.
Waiting for the conversation to move on to feet or tattoos.
Just wait.
That's a listener then?
That's
I guess?
Scott. Scott
Oh,
McDonald.
with one T?
Yeah, Scott with one T.
Hey Scott, how are you? Yeah, we our first season was heavy foot centric.
Was it?
Yeah.
So Christian says, did you guys see the editable PDF character sheets?
That's what I sent you.
Okay,
That's what I sent you on Facebook.
And when I first read it, I was like, they have edible character sheets?
Edible?
No. I'm hungry.
We'll see where your mind's at today.
I'm on a diet,
Yeah.
as you can tell.
You look great.
Thanks, man.
Spelt.
I appreciate
The word
it. I've lost
spelt
8
comes to
pounds.
Oh,
today.
it shows.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No dog people? Okay, Anthony.
They're called canine people.
And I'm sure there will be, and if there's not, they'll actually be able to. You could probably figure out a way to make them
Yeah, if you can play a knoll, right?
Oh, gnolls. Gnolls are awesome.
a gnossum. I love gnolls. That's one of my favorite reasons.
Are the G's silent? Have I been
No,
pernouncing it
no,
wrong?
it's
That's all?
gnoll.
It's gnoll?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like
Frank Menser did that on a
Is it
panel last year.
gnome?
Yeah. No, it's no.
Yeah, gnolls are like gnu's, and the only good gnu's is by Gary
It's very
Gnu's.
gnoos, yeah. True.
The only good gnu's is no gnu's.
You don't
Starfinder helping you discover a lot about your repressed self.
I'm just saying, if
Thank
you
you,
guys,
Starfinder.
if you guys are younger than 30, you should check out old episodes of Zoobly Zoo.
With Gary Gnu. Timothy Lasky, I can't wait to get some Starfinder going. Need to finish my Pathfinder campaign first. No. You can play them both at the same time.
Yeah, what, you only got one game going?
Oh my God.
Who are you, the king of France?
Just a side note, be glad you're in the U.S. and can join Gen Con. No idea when Starfinder will make it over here, physical copies that is, and by here I mean Germany. Okay, I get,
We got it going on here in America. Everything's aces.
Just look away.
hey
Yeah,
Brad.
Don't look at us.
Look at this Gen Con, huh?
Hey, Jet Cat's over here now.
So, so the funny thing about Starfinder though being it was like 170% over ordered,
Yeah.
which is amazing. So that just shows that it's going to be extremely popular.
Seems all right.
Yeah, and we hope that we hope that you guys get your hard copies over in Germany sooner than later, obviously, because we'd like to hear more about what you guys got going on over there playing.
Okay, what am I looking at?
What?
All right, you got 1,000 credits to start off with this game. 1,000 credits, and they want me to use these garbage guns for 200. The stuff I want costs 90 grand. Come on.
Oh, you don't automatically start off with a
I know. Come on.
cannon.
I know. I'm aware. I'm just saying. Just
My
saying.
character started from nothing. Just a simple loan of $1 million.
I was just gonna say, can I go in
experience
debt? I was just gonna say, can I go in debt? Like right off
as,
the
as a
bat.
flaw. Like
Yes, I'll pay it off in increments.
points. Where'd you find? What page is that?
What's that?
Oh, you're back in equipment.
170. So I mean, the equipment starts at 170, and everybody gets 1,000. It's not even class or race. It's just
No.
a flat. You get $1,000. Period.
That's it.
So it's easy. It's
Yeah,
easy to remember.
it is
I mean,
easy
no
to
no
remember.
rolling. No, that
Yeah.
race has more stuff. It's literally you got 1,000.
But
That's it.
you bring up a good question though. As a flaw, I mean, because it doesn't really talk about flaws or any of those other funny little quirks that you can put on a character. Imagine though, if you did start your character off with a little extra firepower, but you did have to take a loan from a
Dude, if you
corporation.
give me a
Yeah,
Paragon
yeah.
Seeker rifle,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
they would send a repo man after you?
That or yeah,
Or like Repo the Genetic Opera, you got a binetic and you got like
Yeah,
you
that
got
that movie was great.
implant.
Yeah.
And then they send Repo Men to come get it from
cut
you.
him out of
Greatest movie I've ever seen.
That literally is
Johnny.
the best
No,
movie.
get back in your hole.
Get back to your cave, Gollum.
Back in your gimp box.
Brad saying, "Stop being greedy with weapons. Take the small weapons. You can use more of them."
I am. I'm gonna use.
Yeah, but how many can you use at a time? You can't have. I'm
gonna-
a fire a handful of guns.
No, I'm using I'm getting the light reaction cannon. That's gonna be my number one.
Hey, Craig. Craig's asking where do you can get the editable PDF sheets. Did I say that right? The editable.
Edibles.
Yeah, it's not Etipole.
Editable.
Is it potable?
Yeah.
Is it potable?
Edible.
PDF,
Edible.
if anybody has a link to that, please post it in the chat for everybody.
I think Michael Kesavan of Ask a Pathfinder GM, he posted in the Pathfinder Facebook group
Okay.
earlier this morning.
Christian says his first online game for me is scheduled for the 25th. Did you guys get any of the game mats? I was thinking of pre-ordering them, but I wasn't sure what the...
Show 'em up.
Yep, we did. Let me show you guys those. We have the
Really get how much money do we get?
1,000.
1,000
Jesus.
credits.
Yeah.
You've fallen on hard times there, Icon.
Well, that's oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh, I
Right.
should have never made that drunken
So-
video of me eating a burger on the floor.
Oh, here.
All downhill.
Here's what it was.
All
He was
downhill.
a child android actor who is now all grown up.
It's really funny.
All right, so here is
Hard
the
times.
basic Starfield mat.
Well, that's yep.
Which
So,
is-
well, that one's the
this is the
nebula
pretty
one.
side.
Yep, the nebula
And then on
side.
the
and then
other side-
the basic star side.
As a flip mat. So there you go.
And they're big. They're
Yeah.
good size mats. So, how much did you know what these are retail at?
I do not know the
I'm just
retail on
curious if
these.
anybody knows.
And then, oh, here, hold on, $14.99. It's right on the bottom. On the package.
$14.99?
Boom.
Is it really?
$70 for everyone in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a phenomenal deal. That's
And then I'm going to
really good
crack
deal.
open this other one
Oh,
here.
please, crack her open.
Take a good smell.
You
Oh, I
deserve
will.
it.
I
Smell
will.
it.
I
Crack
will
and smell.
Crack and smell.
The old crack and smell.
There it is, Starship. Thank you very much, Christian, for posting those up. The editable. Edible?
Oh, light machine gun.
I'm just going to
Where's
use this D4 to rip into this with the sharp edges
Yeah,
that they have.
why is everything gotta be lasers? You don't got no bullets in
That's
space?
not. That nice projectile. A light reaction cannon.
Oh.
It's got penetrating.
As is
I'm
important.
so broke, I'm gonna have to use an assault hammer.
Jeffrey says, just loot your
It's got
victim
a
space
the
pirate.
ball pin. The ball pin
victims.
hammer. This is my. Don't mess with me. Don't do
I
it.
have to say my catchphrase from my childhood show.
Do it.
It's hammer time.
All right, so here is the other flip mat. On one side, it has a desert planet for that individual who wanted to play a young man who has
Sure.
lived 18 years on
Oh,
a desert
there it
planet.
is.
It
and
looks
on
like
a farm.
Jakku.
Oh,
It
why does
does.
everybody always want to go back to Jakku?
I don't know.
Why?
And then the other side of the flip mat
Show
is
me. Show me.
your, your diamond metal flooring.
okay.
Yes.
So this will be important.
For when you have all your battles on the truck's mud flaps.
Yeah.
Yes.
It happens. This is literally a micro universe.
What's up, Joseph? Thanks for joining. Just loot your victims. Space pirate is a legitimate career option. Oh, we will be looting victims. It is true.
All right, I can't find this.
Okay, here we go. Laser pistol. I'm getting a laser pistol azimuth. Does 1d4 burn damage.
Oh man, that light machine gun is. Okay,
How much is it?
$8,000.
You want to borrow some?
Yeah,
I have nothing.
You got some scratch? I
You
need.
can probably sell my parts.
I need some scratch.
Jim Mayer says my character is still in debt to Columbia House Records.
But what a deal!
But you were able to order 12 CDs for a penny.
what a
But you
deal.
also had to buy 6 over the course of the year. Nobody
I
ever
did
bought
that
those
once.
6.
Nobody ever bought those 6.
I did it. I paid the penny.
Yeah.
Got them all, but I was like 13 years old. So then when it came time to pay, my mom contested it, and we never had to pay.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. We really do. That's why they're not in business anymore.
Because of people like you.
The old Sinbazo scam.
What a scumbag.
Christian, thank you for posting those in the chat,
scam.
the links. We appreciate it. Joseph, we are not playing yet. We are just doing a character build for Starfinder, the new upcoming RPG by Paizo, which is basically Pathfinder
I think you can read. It's
in space.
It's right there.
Well, he asked, so I am.
No, he asked when we were playing. He didn't ask what game we were playing.
He said, "What game are you playing?"
No, he didn't.
I am reading the word.
Read it again.
What game are you playing? By
Oh.
Joseph Bowman.
All right. Well, did you answer?
I did. I just did. You already saw
Oh,
that.
Good point.
I thought this was going to be a serious build session. Just kidding. I'm glad to see you guys enjoying this. Ryan, of course.
Can we really get serious though for a minute?
Look, everyone, we need to calm down.
Like,
This is serious work.
seriously, I'm over it.
Eric is wondering how would you compare the Starfinder character creation to other systems?
Different.
It is different. I mean, it's very, very reminiscent to previous Pathfinder. So there are a lot of things with that.
A lot of similarities.
Well, your skill
so this-
skill list is smaller.
Yeah, skill list is far smaller. That's why I told him when we were off the air. Far smaller. The feature's still a good size. But the weapons, I mean, so I'm trying to find out right now. I'm trying to read what the level for the weapons means. Like, I know it's, is that the what level it should be, or you cannot be that level. You have to be that level in order to have that weapon. That's what I'm trying to find right now, but I have yet to
Interesting.
find
Hey, clubs are free.
Clubs are free.
that.
I just have a pipe.
Just have 25
I don't
clubs like duct taped to you. What are you doing? Going out clubbing?
Going out clubbing, yo.
Is that type of stuff that made him famous?
Yeah.
25 years ago, that
Yeah.
would have killed. It was slayed.
Slayed.
It was slayed.
Clubs are free. It's the seals that cost you.
You gotta come up with a catchphrase that just makes no sense at all. But 30 years ago it did.
Yeah.
Like,
And he always says,
no,
like-
those are my shoes.
Jiggle the handle.
That's your catchphrase.
It makes no sense at all.
Vincent says the ability point gains when you level up are super generous.
Oh,
The
really?
ability point gains.
That's awesome.
Craig also says, I have a friend that is wanting to run a game.
Oh.
First time GMing for him, running a character myself, and helping him GM. That's cool. Brian Moore. Whoa. That's right, Brian. Whoa.
Where do we buy? Where's the armor? Here's arms. Where's the armor?
I mean, it's a Technomancer. Doesn't he just wear robes?
Yeah, but no, I get light
Icon.
armor.
But you're an icon.
Yeah, I
Okay.
Have you seen Robert Downey Jr.'s mocap suit for Infinity Wars? I mean,
No, because I haven't produced a trailer yet.
he actually, they think it might be like a high-end mocap suit, but it's very fashionable.
Oh, my God.
But once they release a trailer, then we can talk about it.
You hear that, Faggy?
You know, you hear?
Well, they can't release it because the first scene spoils the ending of Thor.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scumbags.
Yeah. Just saying. Somebody that works there's got to be not too happy that they're pulling out of Netflix.
Who is?
There's talks that Disney may start their own streaming service and pull all the Star Wars and Marvel stuff out of
That's the
Netflix.
one you're doing.
They do.
Remind me to tell you something funny about Game of Thrones that I can't say on the air because it's
Is it
spoiler.
spoiler?
It's spoiler culture.
Yeah.
No one's seen. What you're saying? People that are watching this haven't
go.
seen last
Tom,
Sunday's.
let you know.
It's about next Sundays.
197.
Oh, thank you.
It's about next Sundays.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
Christian is building a Dwarven Mystic at the moment. They don't use charisma for anything, correct?
So item level.
Not
so,
sure. We didn't look at the Mystic class.
No, we didn't look at Mystic class. So item level basically it determines a lot of things. It determines how difficult it is to find the weapon. It's not as easy as going in and saying, I want a level 19 Blue Star plasma pistol. It's not how it works. That
So
shows the
it's a
rarity.
rarity.
Exactly. So it's a
Okay.
rarity. It also
Oh.
shows you like how difficult it is to destroy the weapon itself. Also, the higher it is,
wow.
the
Okay.
better quality it is, the more for hit points and stuff of that nature and stuff like that. But it's kind of it. So it's a gauge on the level of the person versus the level of the item, and all that goes with it. And
Okay.
obviously, the higher the level, the more it's going to cost and stuff like that. So
Very cool.
that kind of makes a little sense. No tactical Skyfire sword for me at first level.
Well, maybe next level.
Maybe next level.
Fought well today. Maybe sleep well. Maybe kill you tomorrow. Now one of the things that we like to do is we like to come with like the backstory and everything. So
Do
because
we?
these two are making their character together, this is one of the things I think definitely fits. Is the icon android here, who has low charisma, was a child star actually.
because it's true. Because child actors, they're pretty at that one point.
Yeah.
And like, have you seen Haley
Right.
Joel Osment now?
No.
I love Haley.
It's hard to miss.
Hard to miss.
Yeah.
Put
not
on some
good.
weight, did he? Okay. Makes sense.
Not very pretty.
So
I think he's adorable.
So I was a child star.
Vesk loved your show.
Oh, so he's a super fan.
He's a super fan. The Vesk loved his show.
I still have the original T-shirt. I could never fit into it. I just
Right.
carry it with me.
Yeah,
where I
you're-
go.
it
You're
was
wearing
like
the underoos.
it was like a fan towel.
That's what it is now because I can't wear that T-shirt. But by God, when it was on, the episode with the bees
and when the
still
opera-
slays me.
and when the-
Still slays me.
Everyone loves the B-sode.
The B-sode.
And when you had the opportunity to meet him,
He was not what I expected.
Not what you expected, and you realize,
And I wouldn't leave you alone.
but you do realize that he needs you to protect him because he is a national treasure.
He is a national treasure.
in your mind.
Well, he is a national treasure in everybody's mind. Mm-hmm. In my mind.
So Vincent says that every 5 levels, you can select any 4 ability scores to increase. If the score is 16 or below, you can add 2 points to it. If it is over 16, you add 1 point.
Well, what?
So every 5th level, you get 4 points.
Oh, okay,
4
yeah,
stats that you
Oh,
can.
it's 5th level now, because
Yeah.
it was 4th level in
Right.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, every 5th level, you get the stat, but it's 4 stats. If it's
4 stats you get to change.
Yeah,
By
it's-
1?
by 1, but if he's saying if it's 16 or below, you can actually add 2 to it. So of your 4 points, you can add 2 to 1. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe,
But if it's over 16,
maybe I won't be
If it's 16,
so ugly so long. It'll get pretty.
you add 1 point.
Dude, I'm carrying a giant.
Yeah, you might get some add-ons.
I'm carrying a giant 6-shooter.
Oh, okay.
That's literally what it is. It's a giant 6-shot cannon.
I'm trying to remember. What is it? Brave Star. Do you guys remember?
Brave
Lone
Star!
Oh, remember that?
Eyes of the hawk and ears of the wolf. Yeah, break
Strength of the bear.
Yeah. Strength of the bear and speed of the puma.
Yes.
That's how it went.
Yes. Wow. So he had a sidekick. Remember the horse?
Yeah, the
That
horse.
had the shotgun.
His horse he would ride would transform into a bipedal horse.
Because
Yeah.
reasons.
Talk like this.
Yep, and he had a big old shotgun.
Hey, brave star.
That sounds great.
Ride me into town.
He'd be like, okay.
Brian's like, so
We don't need
it's-
no saddle.
It's like if the girl who played Vicky from Small Wonder was an actual android.
She actually lives on a farm in Colorado now.
Does she really?
Yeah, I looked her up because I had a huge crush on her.
Yeah. The only question is, what role did the android play as a child actor? Sitcom, Mickey Goblin, Dog Clubhouse, teeny bop singer, made-for-TV actor.
No,
There's lots of
Yeah,
options
I say
there.
child actor. That's gotta be. That also put out that one weird rap album that he had no business.
Right.
He had no business doing.
That was called Do the Whatever My Character's
Yes!
Name Is.
And that's where it began.
And it came as a vinyl in Burger King.
No. That's what the
Happy
dollar sold. But then he came up with the artistic album because now that's what he's doing. Yeah, he's
No,
serious about it.
then I had the Metal Screamo album. It was just a remix of it.
And you just added the word remix. So
Yeah.
you screamed.
Yeah.
That was.
Got rid of all the instruments because it sounds
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Then it was the spoken word.
It's poetry.
Slam poetry.
My God.
All right. So we've been at this for an hour and a half.
Have we really?
Yeah.
Oh, I should write some stuff down.
Probably
So there we have it. That is basically it. I know we had a lot of fun with this. We really appreciate all of you watching us today for Building Character Special Starfinder Edition. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode of Building Character Starfinder, but we'll be doing a ship build with Kurt and I.
Yeah.
And there
Oh,
it is.
Look
the
at
armor.
these power armor. Before you leave,
it
can
will-
we get a look at the power armor suits?
It will be mine. Oh yes.
Look at those. They do look amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
It will be mine.
Super slick.
Oh, man.
And so for the characters that
that's what I
we're
got.
built today, we have a Vesk soldier who is a bounty hunter. We
Yes.
have a android technomancer that is an icon.
The icon.
And we will be back tomorrow. We really appreciate it. I'm Rick. I've been your host.
I'm Tommy Sinbazo. Check us out, laughfinderpod.com.
And I'm Kurt. I'm apparently just furniture.
Just furniture around
Furniture
here.
Kurt.
Won't
Furniture.
won't leave. But we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful afternoon. Go to your local game store, support the community, become part of your role-playing community and your gaming community there. Have a lot of fun and play all the things.
Bye, guys.
Don't forget to subscribe to Game Trade Media. Leave a like and comment on what videos you'd like to see